everything that you want, all the solutions to everything, all the expansion about everything, it already exists, you see. It's all been worked out.
You deserve to feel good. Reach for a better thought. Soothe yourself.
There is a very defined, very clearly designed, very much understood path of least resistance known by your inner being. We say the path of least resistance because your inner being knows where all the resistant pieces are that you've been laying along your trail, and if you will get into a more trusting place, your inner being will guide you around that resistance to the things that you're really wanting to experience.
I hope that you can believe that the things that you desire are possible. Finding relief is a wonderful feeling. Sometimes we can get caught up in crazy, chaotic things of this world. And when we can reach for a better thought and let go of the troubles, trust that things are working out, because things have always worked out somehow, or else we wouldn't be here right now. So when we can let go and trust that things are working out, when we can just let it go, let go of the attachment to anything happening a certain way, and just reach for relief, we are putting ourselves then into the state of being that is conducive to manifesting what we desire. And you do deserve to have what you desire, and you deserve to feel good. I spent enough time in my life running around trying to control conditions and trying to please everyone and trying to ensure that things went smoothly. I spent so much time doing that that it exhausted me. And then I came to the point where I said, I'm giving it over. Universe, take care of this for me. And the amazing thing that happened next was that those things that I handed over were taken care of. And in ways that I could have only hoped for.
When you offer a thought about anything, Source, who is always walking with you, thinking with you, living with you, is having a thought about the same thing that you're having a thought.
That's really important.
And when you feel good, your thought's in sync with the way Source thinks about it. And when you feel bad, you're off the track of what Source knows about this.
There is so much more to the vehicle that is moving you through life than this vehicle, this car that you are thinking is transporting you to one place or another. And there is so much more to your guidance than this Waze or Magellan or Garmin or whatever the navigational system is that you're using. There's so much more to your guidance system than there are these physical things or contraptions that you're using to guide you. With all of that, the reason that you kept knowing that everything's all right, that the vehicle doesn't really matter because there'll always be another, there's always another way to get to wherever I'm wanting to be, and that the navigational system doesn't even matter because there's always a way to know. Because things are always working out for you, there always is another way. The guidance that you're seeking is not where most of you are looking, you see. You drag so much stuff around with you. Esther practically lives out of a suitcase, and each trip her suitcase weighs just slightly more than it did the trip before, until it reaches a sort of breaking point where no one is willing to pick it up. Every time her bag comes back, it has the heavy tag on it because it is heavy. And so what we're getting at is, as you release the feeling that you need to, for a sense of security, drag all this stuff with you, and instead you accept yourself as this being who is moving through space and time with resources that are coming to you from a non-physical level that can be translated moment by moment as you need them, then you are truly free. The more you drag around, the more you enhance your sense of vulnerability. We're speaking specifically and directly to you. This is what you've been trying to say for a long time. I don't have to justify my well-being by what I'm dragging around, because whatever I need, whenever I need it, will appear before me. And while that made a lot of you feel insecure, Esther, even in the middle of the conversation, is thinking, no, Abraham, I'm not giving up that or that or that or that or that. I really like this stuff that I'm dragging around with me. But we want you to feel the freedom in accepting your right place and right time in the universe, and the resourcefulness that the universe has in yielding to you whatever you need whenever you need it, whatever you want whenever you want it. And so feel the freedom in that, the security in that. That's really what we want you to practice. And so everything that you want, all the solutions to everything, all the expansion about everything, it already exists, you see. It's all been worked out. So as you get into the receptive mode and you allow yourself then to be on your journey, not worrying about whether your vehicle is solid or stable, not worrying about whether your phone will stay charged enough that the Maps application can give you the route that you need, but instead trusting that everything always works out for you. You allow this vortex to yield to you what you want when you want it, what you need when you need it, and it's the way that you intended to go through life. Did you notice you didn't bring any of that stuff with you when you came? Now, don't misunderstand us. We're not trying to get you to lighten your load and give everything away. We're not trying to get you to let loose of the things that are important to you. In fact, the opposite is what our message is to you. But we do want you to understand that the stability that you're looking for doesn't lie in the physical things that you've been giving it the credit of. You can drive the most dynamic, awesome car that has ever been created and still be in vibrational alignment with your source energy. You do not have to get rid of the physical stability. This is the thing that we want you to hear. Don't need it to be stable. Be stable and then let it show itself to you as evidence of your stability. That's the biggest discernment that we want you to hear, and we've talked about that already here. There are so many people that want abundance but condemn it. And the reason that so many condemn it is because it feels like not enough have it. And so they're mad at those that do have it by condemning those that do have it, and not even realizing that they're preventing themselves from receiving the very abundance that already is lined up for them. So everything that we've been talking about in all these hours that we've been together today, all that we ever talk about ever, is that you came into this time-space reality knowing that it, in its wholeness, in its diversity, in its differences, provides the basis for you as a selfishly focused, you got to be that because it's all you've got, individual, to receive from it whatever it is you are wanting whenever you are wanting. And if you can, just for a little while, just for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20, just for a little while, if just for a little while, following this conversation, you can not look to the action manifested stability that you have around you. We're talking about your house, your home, your relationships, your money, your bank account. If just for a little while, you can just set that aside and let it be whatever it be, while you look to your true stability, which is your alignment with Source. And in doing so, you accept the perfection of what's in this vortex. You're going to experience that sweet spot that we've been talking about, where things just keep showing up for you when you want them. There is a very defined, very clearly designed, very much understood path of least resistance known by your inner being. We say the path of least resistance because your inner being knows where all the resistant pieces are that you've been laying along your trail, and if you will get into a more trusting place, your inner being will guide you around that resistance to the things that you're really wanting to experience. And so we know this has been a long way of getting around to the fact that you can be or do or have anything that you want. And while you think that it's one thing or another thing or a lot of things in terms of manifestation, what it really is to be in that sweet spot where you know that all is well with you, and if you can think it, it will deliver itself to you moment by moment by moment by moment by moment. You have those experiences where you know it. We want you to get into the place where you know it all day, every day, where every single person and every single conversation and every single thing that you witness, you accept it as the gift that you have been asking for, that is doing one of two things. It's either contributing to your vortex or it's contributing to your alignment, and both are necessary for the constant, joyous evolution and expansion that you've all come here for. The basis of your life is absolute freedom. No one can vibrate for you. The result of your life is never-ending growth and expansion. You are eternal beings. You're not ever going to shut that down. You're never going to stop being, you see. But if you will let your quest, what matters to you most, if you will turn your sights upon how you feel, if you will care about the joyous aspect of this, if you will care about being happy, if you will let being happy be more important than being right, if you let being happy be more important than owning something right now or being with someone right now, if you will let just being happy in this moment, if you will let that be your dominant quest, it is our promise to you that it won't take long before you will find the universe unfolding for you in ways that you cannot deny how blessed you are, how fortunate you are, and how much the object of attention you are by source energy, who is well aware of you and where you stand right now. We offer too many words. We do. We offer too many words. And in doing so, we cause you to be too thoughtful about it, or too intellectual about it, or too busy about it. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would think right now of the things that you most enjoy doing. We would start serving your happiness first. Service your happiness first, and everything that matters will fill in around it. That's why we call it the time of awakening, or the time of reawakening, the time of finally consciously, not just accidentally stumbling into a good mood and getting a flash of enlightenment that lasts only 3 days, but a conscientious awareness of how it all works, and a deliberate application of the skills that I possess in order to hold myself consistently so that momentum can ensue, so that it's chartable and trackable, so that I can watch my mood translate into manifestations.
No matter where I stand, I'm exactly right where I need to be. Sometimes I look out at the conditions that surround me, and I feel like, how is this where I'm supposed to be? These conditions don't match what I want, or they don't feel good. So how is this where I need to be? But what I've realized is, in every moment, no matter where I'm standing, there is something to be learned. And from every experience, whether I deem it good or bad, my perspective is altered and my consciousness has expanded. So wherever I am is right where I need to be. And when I trust that well-being is dominant and that well-being is flowing to me, and I trust that dreams really do come true, and I trust that everything is always working out, I feel relief, and I feel at peace. Some may say, well, I can't trust. I've lost my ability to trust. And I can relate to that. I've felt like that before. But one thing that I realized when it came to trust is that I am always trusting in something. Even if what I'm trusting is the idea that I can't trust, I'm still trusting in that. I'm always trusting in something. So why not choose to trust in what feels good? when it comes down to it, I can't control the conditions and I can't control anyone else. The only thing I can control is my reaction. Well-being is dominant. The sun rises and sets every day without anyone making it happen. The oxygen flows through my body without me even thinking about it. And in the past, when I thought things weren't working out, they always somehow did. And if they hadn't, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And even when the times felt like a struggle, I learned something from it. When I see what I don't like, I know more clearly what I do like and what I do prefer. And when I can trust in my ability to create the reality that I desire, and I can follow my inner guidance and be in a state of being that allows me to have clarity, I can find relief. And I can find that relief through trusting that everything is always working out. Where I'm at is just the bouncing off place for something new. Then I can start from a fresh, new place and move forward to the next stepping stone with more ease once I validate where I'm standing. Make peace with where you are, and you'll find relief. Can you trust in the universe to support you? Can you trust in your ability to create the reality that you prefer? You don't have to run around trying to control everything or please anyone. Just get into a good feeling state of being by soothing yourself or focusing on things that you prefer. Give your worries and troubles over to well-being and allow well-being to take care of them. And once you trust in it and you test it out, then you will find the knowing for yourself, because you will start to see things working out and you won't have to trust anymore, because then you will know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're having good days, and on those days that are harder, I hope that you reach for a better thought, and I hope that you can find relief. And know that there is someone that cares for you, and there is someone that loves you, and I am that someone, and there are many others like me. You're not alone. I would love to hear anything you have to add. What is your take on this topic? How do you feel? What are some things that you do to get to the state of relief? I'm sending you love and good vibes always. Hi, Kiki.
Fresh power. It's like every time the wind blows, I get goosebumps. I'm the future.